That's more like it. Well, it's been a long ride, but we finally got something. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think we were gonna get anything for a while there, but now I'm looking at a 40 by 60. Very echoey too. Very echoey in here. So, there's some bonuses with this place. Yes, thank you for coming. Please, join me in my mezzanine. I've got an office. Oh. Thank you for coming. Please, join me in my office. Oh, let me get the lights on real quick. I've got lights and a heater in my office. Oh, I feel so official now. I can set up a desk and like work. It's warm in here. I've also got a urinal. Thank you for coming. Please, join me at my urinal. I have a urinal. I don't know what to do with that. Dude, I've got my own urinal for my own pee, and I've got my own toilet and my own sink and a hot water heater so I don't have to get so cold in the winter when I wash my hands every time. Oh, that's so cool. I've got a thing. I don't even know what to call that. I'm so excited. Oh man, come back out here to the party trick of this place, this massive brand new construction. Big LED lights. We don't have to worry about any of that fluorescent flicker anymore. And when you turn the lights off, they're off. Turn them back on, they're on. Oh, that is so cool. Big old industrial heater. Probably air as well, but I certainly won't be spending the money to run the air. And it's up off the ground, so it doesn't take any floor space. It's so nice that the manual is still sitting right there. And come upstairs to the mezzanine, which I'm not really sure what we're gonna put up here yet. You gotta keep in mind, you gotta carry all the heavy stuff up the stairs for it to get up here in the first place. But we've got this little mezzanine, which if I had built this, if this was out back in my house, this would be a nice like eating area, maybe like sitting area. You'd go in here and you'd go to the living room. The house one day will have something like this, because this is a really quaint little space. But man, look at this, brand new construction. Oh, feels firm. Well, maybe not firm enough to jump on, but firm. Nice high ceilings. Zesto sign can fit in the door. We were having issues finding a place where the Zesto sign could actually fit through the door. That was one of the criteria. So finding this place, it's perfect. It feels like GoldenEye or something. Listen to these echoes. Bum ba da bum 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 ba da bum. You know that GoldenEye sound where it's like. Now, it might be hard to believe looking at this, but this actually might not be enough space for everything I currently have. I'm not really sure on that yet. What I'm envisioning is just putting the cars straight along the back, nose out, and then putting the Zesto sign kind of right here, or like right over here up against the wall. You've got all these outlets I don't want to block access to because I've got signs and stuff that I could hang up. I was given permission to drill into the walls and everything. I got to come up with a faster way to do this. My dad's got that like pace where he can just go like this and he knows exactly how far he's walking. I don't have that. I need to like measure it or something. But there is one other problem. My subletter has to be able to get his truck and trailer in addition to my truck and trailer being in here, in addition to however many cars. By the time you get back here, my truck and trailer are here. So where does the subletter go? Basically, he's gonna have to call me and say, I need it, get out. And I'm gonna have to move my stuff so he can get in. Then you've got back here for cars, so maybe like up to 10 cars. Remember, I'm not collecting Cadillacs, so we could probably fit up to 10 cars back here. I don't have any lifts like, Giga Chad, Tyler Hoover, so I can't put everything up to the ceiling like I could if I had $1 million. But what I can do is stack cars along the back for the time being while we either figure out something cheaper or figure out what not to keep. Because the other problem with this place is expense. This is $1,300 a month. Now, again, that might not sound like much if you're from Florida, New York, California, whatever, but around here in the Midwest, that's a house. We pay less than that for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-story, 2-car garage house with nice mature trees and a nice lot in the city. We pay less than $1,300 a month for that. So the idea of spending $1,300 a month on this, well, I'm not rich, so first of all, that's too much for me, but secondly, it's more than a house. So the tension is mounting as to whether we build a house, as to whether I try and get some cheap land and at least start to build something, or do I move away to another city where it's even cheaper than it is here, or, gee whiz, do I just make more money? Wow. Wow, is that easy? Now I've got all this money. Wow, I'm so glad I thought of that. Obviously, I'd just make more money if I could, but for the time being, nothing has to go in a farmer's field. Nothing has to go out behind somebody's shed or barn or driveway or whatever. We can get everything in here in a pinch. I'm pretty sure everything. And if we can't get it all in here, we can get it all over here. Haha, 2 storage units. Not ideal, but certainly better than a field. This is a 10 by 30, which I think 10 is a bit generous, considering I can basically all but reach both sides at the same time. It is probably 20 minutes away from the other one, so it's nowhere near convenient, but it is a place to put things. It does not have a bathroom with a urinal. It does not have a nice office. It doesn't even have heat or air, and I can actually see somebody else's stuff poking through the wall right up here, so it is very secure. I mean, I guess that's 30 feet. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it to me, but you know, that's not it may be a 15-foot long car, so I guess in a pinch you could get 2 cars in here. But I mean, 10 feet wide doesn't do much either, because you got that much room to open the door and you got that much room on this side. And I'm pretty much at the end. So maybe 1 car and some stuff in a pinch, but I'm gonna go with mostly just stuff. But it is a place that is not a field. Now, if you know me, you may remember that I used to be in a unit about 2 doors down from this. After my storage unit was destroyed in the tornado in 2018, right at the very beginning of collecting cars and parts and bikes and stuff, this was one of the only places in town that had any storage left. That whole facility was destroyed. Everybody was looking for storage. I happened to get lucky and find one of these exact units. I think it was like 2 down from this one. And we had the blue Volkswagen Rabbit back here, and then we had the Audi Fox, and we had the shelves, and all the stuff that I had at the time was in here. Now, luckily with that one, we didn't have to worry about the cold, because I only had it for like the summer months or the spring. I can't remember when it was, but month to month, $210 a month. This is more reasonable when it comes to rate, but that brings my total up to $1,510. That's astronomically dumb, considering I was paying like $810 without utilities for the 80 by 100 or whatever I used to have. But that's how life goes. At least we're not parking stuff in a field. We're not forced to sell things. And I think what we're going to do is use this as overflow. So we're going to try and get all the cars that have to be on, you know, flat ground, taking up ground space, into that shop over there. And then in this one, we're going to put like the bicycles, the parts that I never use, maybe the parts I should go through and get rid of, maybe the things I don't even know what they are anymore. Something that's not temperature sensitive, something we can, you know, stack some shelves in here or stack some shelves along the back and just set it and forget it. Again, the long-term plan is not to be in 2 different places and have stuff that I never even go check on. I don't want to become one of those people who has a storage unit that they don't even know what's in it anymore, because that's just a waste of money to me, and I don't have a lot of money to waste. So, although you could look at my car collection and argue that I apparently do have a lot of money to waste. In any case, got 2 units now. I am over the moon. Like, oh my God. There were times during this process where I was not kidding when I said that this might be the end. I might have to sell a vast majority of my stuff. I have the dream of not only being a car collector, but maybe having a museum one day, or having a, you know, collective where I could have car events hosted and have car storage. Something. If nothing else, just being a car hoarder would be cool enough for me. So, you know, the dream of like doing videos and having all of this continue could not happen without spaces like this and the other shop. So I am incredibly thankful to Dustin Frederick and the other people, Brad Shrimp, you know, Mark Gerlach, the people who helped me out here locally, who many of them had never even heard my name before. And they picked up the phone and started calling people and finding out who had space and where I could get into pretty much immediately. So I want to say a big thank you to them and everybody else who's helped me find storage in this time of need. I feel pretty selfish for that, to be honest, because I look at my needs and I'm like, okay, I've got a bunch of cars and stuff, like, is that really like an emergency? You know, does that constitute need? Shouldn't I just give up? But I don't want to give up on this. I see a bright future ahead with a lot of cars and a lot of adventures and a lot of experiences. And it all starts with finding a place to put stuff right now so we can get out from under the nose of a guy who is not an asshole. So that's where we're at. And I think the next time I come to you, we are going to be moving stuff. It's going to be a vlog parade of moving as much stuff as possible, as fast as possible, with as much care as possible. Yeah. And in case we need it, we have this overflow unit here. Maybe we won't end up needing it. I think we can probably fit everything in that other shop, but just in case we can't, we're not sure yet, we have this overflow space if we need it. So for the time being, the temporary solution is 2 shops. Unfortunately, this one is in a place called the Flats, which, well, I'll just say this is the only storage facility I know of that has a gated entry with a key code and a fence all the way around the place. So maybe don't put stuff over here that I couldn't live without, but it looks secure enough. Knock on metal, it doesn't look very stable, evidently. Yeah, that's not very tornado proof, but if we have another tornado, I'm just gonna get out of cars and take up knitting, because clearly that's a sign that I ain't supposed to be doing this. See you next time. Thanks for watching. This is chaos. See ya. Cinema. Now I'm locked in a storage unit in the dark. That's pretty cool. Where's the handle? There it is. Glad that opened. I don't dare just take a running leap at it, do I? Well, maybe I do, I don't know. Oh, that's pretty good. Like a moonwalk. I still don't know how to moonwalk. Good enough. Well, I'll only be able to do this once, so we might as well.